Every time you press start, a device born from wartime radar shakes the water in your food 2.45 billion times per second. You can't see it, you can't hear it, but that invisible vibration is what's cooking your dinner. That number, 2.45 billion, sounds impossible, but it's happening inside every microwave oven on your block right now. The story begins with a man who never finished grade school, a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer. He worked at Raytheon Manufacturing Company, where he helped build radar systems during the Second World War. In 1945, Spencer stood near an active radar tube, and a candy bar in his pocket suddenly melted. Spencer began running experiments, placing different foods near the magnetron to see what those invisible waves would do. A melted candy bar is one thing, but deliberately cooking food with radar is an entirely different proposition. His curiosity turned a chance observation into something far bigger than a sticky pocket on that afternoon. That melted chocolate bar would set in motion a chain of events reaching into nearly every kitchen on Earth. Spencer held unpopped popcorn kernels next to the magnetron, and they popped. The world's first microwaved popcorn. He then placed an egg inside a tea kettle with the magnetron positioned directly above it. The egg exploded in the face of a curious coworker who leaned in for a closer look. Spencer built the first true microwave oven by attaching a magnetron to a sealed metal box that trapped the waves inside. The first commercial microwave oven appeared in 1947, and the radar range was genuinely enormous in every sense. It stood about 6 feet tall, weighed 750 pounds, and ran on 3 kilowatts with water cooling. Restaurants and hotels leased them for about $5 a day, which was still an enormous expense. The heart of every microwave oven is the magnetron, a vacuum tube born from wartime radar research. In February 1940, physicists John Randall and Harry Boot invented the cavity magnetron at the University of Birmingham. Inside the magnetron, a heated cathode at the center emits electrons that accelerate outward toward a ring-shaped anode. A strong magnetic field, perpendicular to the electric field, bends those electrons into spiraling paths around the cavity. As the electrons sweep past resonant cavities carved into the anode, they trigger oscillating electromagnetic fields. The oven runs at 2.45 gigahertz, and that frequency was chosen for practical engineering reasons, not because it resonates with water. Before the magnetron can generate microwaves, it needs an enormous amount of electrical power to work. Household current arrives at around 120 volts, which is nowhere near enough to drive the tube. A heavy-duty transformer steps that voltage up to roughly 4,000 volts and feeds it to the magnetron. That 4,000-volt potential accelerates the electrons fast enough to sustain the oscillating fields inside the cavities. The transformer is one of the heaviest single components inside the entire oven, and for very good reason. Once the magnetron produces microwaves, they need a pathway from the tube into the cooking chamber. A rectangular metal tube called a waveguide serves as that pathway, and its inner walls reflect the waves. The cooking chamber itself is lined with metal walls that bounce the microwaves around until the food absorbs them. The door has a metal mesh with holes only 1 to 2 millimeters across, far smaller than the 12-centimeter wavelength. Those tiny holes trap the microwaves inside, while visible light passes right through, so you can watch your food cook. Inside the metal chamber, the microwaves bounce off the walls and collide with each other, forming standing waves. Standing waves create fixed patterns, where some spots get intense energy and other spots get nearly nothing. Those high-energy antinodes heat your food rapidly, while the low-energy nodes leave patches barely warm at all. A turntable rotates the food through those hot and cold zones, averaging the energy over time. Some ovens use a stirrer fan instead, a rotating metal reflector near the waveguide that scatters waves in changing directions. Without a turntable or stirrer, you'd get a checkerboard of scalding and cold patches across your dinner plate. That uneven heating isn't a design flaw. It's a direct consequence of waves that are 12 centimeters long. Now the microwaves reach the food, and the real cooking begins, through a process called dielectric heating. Water molecules are polar, meaning they have a positive end and a negative end, like tiny magnets with two poles. When the microwave field oscillates at 2.45 gigahertz, those polar molecules try to flip and align with it. They're attempting to rotate 2.45 billion times per second, spinning frantically to follow the reversing electric field. But the molecules can't keep up perfectly because they're tangled in a network of hydrogen bonds. That lag between the field's direction and the molecule's orientation is what dissipates energy as heat. The friction isn't mechanical rubbing, it's the electrical resistance of molecules struggling to reorient within the liquid. This is not resonant coupling, as some people believe about microwave ovens and water. Water has no sharp resonance at 2.45 gigahertz, and the frequency was chosen for practical reasons, not physical. Let's clear up 3 stubborn myths, starting with the most famous one about microwave ovens. Microwaves do not cook food from the inside out. They penetrate only about 1 to 1.5 inches deep. The outer layers heat directly, and everything deeper warms by conduction, just like in a conventional oven. The myth arose because microwaves heat throughout the food's volume, rather than just at its surface. The second myth claims that microwave radiation is dangerous and ionizing, just like X-rays or gamma rays. Microwaves are non-ionizing, meaning they carry far too little energy to ionize atoms or damage DNA. The FDA limits leakage to 1 milliwatt per square centimeter at purchase and 5 milliwatts over its lifetime. At 20 inches away, your exposure drops to about 1% of the value measured at 2 inches. 2 independent interlock systems shut off the magnetron when the door opens, backed by a monitoring failsafe. The third myth says metal always sparks, but that's only half the story, and here's why. The microwave oven's journey from wartime lab to kitchen counter took longer than you might expect. In 1960, not a single American household owned a microwave oven of any kind. The first countertop model arrived in 1967, the radar range RR4, priced at $495, a pivotal moment for the industry. By 1975, microwave sales in the United States exceeded gas range sales for the very first time. Nearly 60% of American homes had one by the late 1970s, surpassing even the dishwasher in household penetration. By 2009, that figure had climbed to roughly 96% of all American homes across the country. The microwave reshaped how people cooked, turning a luxury curiosity into a practical daily necessity. Frozen food companies raced to design meals and packaging specifically tuned for microwave cooking speeds. What started as a melted candy bar became one of the most widely